Sure. Ty, 7 in a row against this team. I know Reggie said like you don't win 7 in a row, you win one game each time, like 7 times. How do you approach this game given that you just beat him last week? You beat him earlier this month as well. Like how does the approach stay the same but also I guess different?
But for me it was good because it was, like I said, with the last 3 or 4 games. So we played them twice. And so that's easier for me just to understand like what they're trying to do defensively, what they're trying to attack offensively. And we can make necessary adjustments to be able to counteract that. So for me, it was basically like having a Houston game back to back because we played them right before. And so, just understand what they try to do, what they try to take away and how they try to attack us. And so we was prepared for that, getting Reggie out early. In that second quarter, bringing him back to play against a small unit, a pick and roll player. And then he got that third foul and kind of got us in a little trouble. So Nico and Marcus was at the scores table. We made a 3, go 14, and they's like, man, let them keep rolling. There's 3 minutes left and you only up 10. It's kind of like they've been sitting for 25 minutes. Do I bring them back? So that indecision, so I almost messed that up. So that was on me. But then, like I said, at halftime, we just talked about just clean up our mistakes, the turnovers, the second chance, offensive rebounds. And then once we clean that up, we'll be fine. And so in the second half, we talked about how we wanted to attack this team. They started small, and we was able to capitalize and, go on a hell of a run.
Reggie had 36 tonight, obviously. Have you seen a guy kind of embrace and love the moment more than like Reggie does, whether it's a close game, blowout game, crowds chanting his name the way they did?
Yeah, I mean, he loves it. Like I said, he loves the moment. He's a big-time player. I get on him sometimes. We go back and forth, but at the end of the day, he's held us together all year. And, just with Marcus and Nico, the way they set the tone that third quarter was huge for us to be sitting out that whole second quarter and come in the third quarter. Those guys played well to really get us over the hump and to take the lead and score 40 points in that third quarter. So our veterans tonight really stepped up and did a great job.
Ty, you kind of, relied on Reggie all season to do just take on such a big role. When you see he has plus 44 after a game like this, like how do you react to that?
Big game, like I said, I know a lot of people count the Lakers out, but they're still a good team. And, once they get healthy and just figure out their rotations, guys been in and out all year. And so it's tough, just me being a coach and, going through it this year. It's tough. I think they have the most starting lineups in the NBA, and just trying to figure out how they want to play small or big, 80s back, 80s out. Brian was out. So it's just, it's tough, and so, but when they get to the playoffs or the play-in game, I guarantee you they don't want to see that 8-1 seed or whatever seed they're going to play in. So they're not out of it. Like I said, they're a really good team, and they just got to figure out, how they want to play, but they also got to figure out their health situation. And that's what's really been hurting them all season. So to beat this team 4 times, that means a lot about what we're trying to do, what we're building. But like I said, it was a great win for us because, being up 3-0 this year and coming to the 4th game, I wasn't expecting to win by such a large margin.
I'm pretty sure I just missaid that question. That was a great answer. But
what you want, man?
I was asking about Reggie specifically. Reggie had a plus 44.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Reggie Jackson, 44.
Yes.
Yes.
That's. I was just making sure you heard my question right.
Yeah, and I was saying the whole team. Reggie played a great game, but so did Marcus and Nico in the third quarter. So did Zoo, so was everybody. But Reggie, with the pick and roll game and how we wanted to attack this team, he was great. He was special, a couple of things, here or there, but, for the most part, he was special. And that's kind of what hurt us, like I said, going into the second half. When he got his third foul with 5 minutes to go in the second quarter, that kind of hurt us because we weren't able to attack offensively the way we wanted to. We turned the ball over, they got out in transition, and our offense got a little stagnant. So, but other than that, like I said, he was great tonight. Reggie Jackson was great tonight. Yeah.
Ty, you kind of mentioned the turnovers kind of allowed the Lakers to get out and run. I know, it's easier said than done, but keeping a team like them just strictly in the half court, is that kind of like where you feel if we can keep them in the half court, the game is ours?
Yeah, I mean, because, they get out with Russ and Braun, in transition, with their shooting, with Carmelo and Monk and Reeves and those guys, like if they get out in transition, they're going to cause some problems. So just taking good shots, taking care of the basket. We only had 12 turnovers, but it felt like we had 25 turnovers, especially in that second quarter. But if they're getting out in transition, getting lobs and dunks and getting to the free throw line, they're a dangerous team. So we want to just take good shots, make sure we had our floor balance right, and make them play against our half-court defense.
Ty, Reggie was saying how he doesn't think that it's right to put a ceiling, a cap on what you guys could accomplish this year if you keep playing like this. I'm just curious, the self-belief this team sort of has, does that remind you of any team you've been on or coached in the NBA?
I can't remember, but this team is, like I said, this team is special, and it starts with our veteran guys, Reggie, Nico, and Marcus, of just giving these young guys and this young team belief that, we can still win no matter who's on the floor. And they come out every night and set the tone, practice every single day, try to play every night. Those older guys could definitely shut it down early in the season when PG got hurt and was out for a long time, but they stayed the course. Our young guys have stayed the course. Our young guys have developed and got a lot better. So it starts with our veteran guys, and it's a carryover.
I'm guessing you might not remember, but there was a play in the first half when Rocco hit 2 threes in a row. It's timeout, and you kind of stopped LeBron on his way to the timeout. You said something to him. You were laughing. I don't know if he was. Could you share?
He wasn't laughing.
He wasn't laughing? What'd you say?
I can't remember. I can't remember, Andrew. I'm sorry.
Ty, over here. Hi. You were talking about the health situation. I mean, your team has had a health situation, obviously. When did you know that losing Paul George after losing Kawhi, that this team would come together rather than fall apart? Because it could have gone the other way. Sometimes on teams, it does go the other way.
Yes. And, it's, like I said, it's not just me, like our veteran players, our coaching staff, we do a good job of just, make sure we're keeping it loose, make sure we're keeping it fun, but also make sure we're handling business and doing the right thing. So it was a struggle, when we first lost PG because, your offense is based around Kawhi and PG for the most part. But now, you got to figure out how to score. Like we struggled the first, I think, 12 games, like scoring 87, 83, beat Denver 87, 85, so we struggled to score. But once we was able to get a set rotation and kind of understand how we needed to play, and we knew PG was going to be out for a while, then we understood like how we had to play. And these guys are bought into it. Whoever's playing the best, whoever's playing well, they're going to play. And, our guys are bought into it. And it starts with our veterans. Like I said, Marcus and Nico, going to the scores table in the second quarter, our guys are rolling. They said, "You sure?" They went back to the bench, and that's just the kind of team and the kind of culture that we built around here. So it starts with our veteran guys. Like I said, the more they're vocal, the more they're playing every single night, the more they're practicing, it makes our young guys fall in line.
How does it mean anything extra for you to beat the Lakers?
Does it mean what?
Anything more to beat for you to beat the Lakers?
No, it means more to win a game every single night. I don't care who it is. Especially like I said, being shorthanded. We're just trying to, continue to keep playing well, trying to find out, every single night that we got to play the right way offensively and defensively and have that defensive mindset. And I thought we did some good things defensively. Of course, like I said, they're a good team. They have explosive team, but we did some good things. And it doesn't matter who the wins against, they're all great.
And Reggie said you got him in the tunnel.
Huh?
Reggie said you got him in the tunnel.
Got what?
You got Reggie Jackson, who played well.
Yeah.
Said,
44.
said you tricked him in the tunnel, got him wet.
Oh, yeah, I was just talking because all the guys wanted to splash him with the water. So I was talking to him down the hallway. He was really locked in. And I just pushed him in the middle of the circle and they all, poured water on him. But like I said, he deserves it, man. He played great. He's been playing great. And like I said, total team effort. Zubac, with 19 and 9, and Marcus, they even scored in the first half. So he had all 14 in the third quarter. Nico with 2 threes in the second half. So, total team effort. And it was a good win for us.
Hey, Ty, the second half, it could have really went the other way at the start of the third quarter when the Lakers trimmed it to 3. Is there anything you said to the guys at halftime, or did they just know immediately what to do?
No. So we just talked about correcting some things, the turnovers, offensive rebounds, but we came back into the back and it was like probably 8 minutes on the clock. And our assistant coach, Bo, he came in and said, "Man, the guys are in there dead. Like nobody's saying anything." So I came in there and talking stuff to the guys, whatever, got them laughing, got them fired up. They started laughing, and then our energy got going. But I mean, it was just, we just did some things to ourselves, and I knew we would be better in the third quarter. So, like I said, for those guys to come out and execute the way they did in the third quarter, just says a lot about this team.